So we've had a few conversations here, not one, not two, but many, about how these campaigns and these government funds and how they're moved around. It's all legalized money laundering. We said how, like with the migrant crisis, I've talked about how the government has money set aside for certain things, and if it's not used for that certain thing, then the money will sit there. So now they got to find a way to get a hold of that money, spend it so it can be put right back into the pot. And so then it can be redistributed for something else at a later date. Same goes for this story right here. It's because, people don't believe, people think that the politicians and politics are up and up. But it's like, no, it's big money behind politics. You wonder how in the world can donors sit in a room with Kamala Harris talking about rich people and how the wealthy gonna have to pay taxes and down with the wealthy and all this kind of stuff. But yet these same people are giving tens of millions of dollars to her campaign, but you think nothing of it. It's like it goes over your head, which is why how you can tell that you're not understanding how politics go. But here's a story. We're finna go ahead and get into this real quick that validates what I've been talking about.
I will fight to give money back to working and middle class Americans.
Media Commission votes and FFPAC are responsible for the content of this advertising.
The source of so-called dark money fueling, the largest Democratic super PAC that supported Vice President Kamala Harris's presidential run, passed off hundreds of thousands of dollars to companies partially owned by its leaders in 2023. Future Forward USA Action is a 501c4 nonprofit organization that pumped north of $100 million worth of untraceable cash into Future Forward PAC, a political committee that spent over $500 million unsuccessfully working to elect Harris. In addition to using its anonymously sourced war chest to boost the Democratic White House bid, Future Forward USA Action also shuffled around $700,000 to firms its leaders either co-owned or helped launch, adding to prior payments. GCJ Research, which was founded by the Future Forward USA Action treasurer, Gurlav Sherlo, received $370,000 from the organization in 2023. PFB Media, a firm co-owned by Future Forward USA Action president Chauncey McLean and secretary John Fromowitz, meanwhile, took in roughly $340,000. This is far from the first instance of self-dealing in the Future Forward nexus. According to tax forms, Future Forward USA Action paid these same companies $1.1 million in 2022.
So to break it down, one, you see, this is public record. So you can look it up. I'm gonna put the link in the description for this story, and you can look this stuff up yourself. You can go to the Open Secrets website. They have it on there too. Basically, these folk here are taking in campaign donations, right? And then distributing it out to companies, like they said, that they have found that some of the, I guess, volunteers or people who run the super PACs, companies that they have founded. So, like I say, it's just, like I say, legalized money laundering. And they do it all the time. Or even I even believed and had said that when Kamala Harris ran to that $1.5 billion, and they're talking about they tripping on her giving it to Oprah and Cardi B and Beyonce. And I'm sitting here like, never trust what the news, what they tell you out in public, because it's like a smoke screen. They want you to see that, which means there's something else that they're hiding. So while they're sitting here talking about the money they're giving Al Sharpton, Roland Martin, people like that of no significance in the political landscape, like really at this point in their lives, Beyonce, Cardi B, Lizzo, Usher, whoever, they worrying about you, they getting money to giving money to them. You got $1.5 billion. You talking about maybe a few million, 10 million sold to give to these entertainers, but where the other billion go? There you go. There you go. That's the question that needs to be asked. They say, okay, we got this money. Because think about it. They knew Joe Biden wasn't going to win. They probably really didn't want to waste it campaigning for him. So, hey, let's put Kamala out there. Let's run this whirlwind campaign. We'll say, hey, we need to spend so much money on airplanes, to spend so much money advertising here. We got to give Roper this money, this and the third. We got to spend this money so that way he can get back into the, what they say, the coffers, back into our pockets over here, something else, so we can use it for something else, or we can put it in our own pockets. Because if you don't campaign and don't spend it, because it's like, shoot, we know we're going to lose, so let's just put her out in the forefront. She not going to question or ask about the money. Jill Biden might want to know where the campaign money is going, but Kamala Harris ain't going to, because we're going to have her running around like a Tasmanian devil, going after these votes that we know she's not going to get. And so, like I say, it's like with the migrant crisis. You got so much money set aside for the migrant crisis. You can't spend it unless you use it for migrants. So let's bring them in, spend that money, put it out there. That way we can circle it right back into our pockets. You know how they always talk about the dollar in the Black community. Here go a great example. And they say the problem with the Black community, the reason why we don't have money, because as soon as we get the dollar, we send it out to somewhere else, to another community, which is kind of hard to keep it in our community because we don't own a whole lot. And even if we do own stores, we really don't own the manufacturing plants, it's in the textiles, the distribution centers. We don't own that part. We just own what we got in that store. Everything else, it has to be outsourced. So yeah, it's kind of a little harder to keep money in your pocket when you're trying to compete with, like, let's say the Asian or Koreans who in the haircut business, who they ship the stuff over from their country, from like the hair and the products from their country, open up a store, make the money and ship it back to their country to buy more so they can keep money in their community and grow exponentially pretty fast. But we just don't have that connect. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is the dollar stays in their community more, and it just circulates, and that's how they get richer. Same thing with politicians and these super PACs and these government funds and stuff going here and then coming back.
The Washington Examiner reported in late November that Future Forward PAC, which shares leadership with the affiliated 501c4, paid at least
You know how that? Yeah, I'm gonna go racist. Why they got a Black man handing the white man the money? You know what I'm saying? Hey, anyway.
$8.3 million to GCJ Research and PFB Media. $8.3 million to GCJ Research and PFB Media. Since then, the Federal Election Commission has released new campaign finance disclosures showing that the PAC doled out an additional $3 million for those two firms. The public likely won't know the full extent of the Future Forward USA Action's payments to GCJ Research and PFB Media until its 2024 tax forms are released next year.
And by the time that's released, Donald Trump will be in office. Elon Musk will start running Doge and found a way, we hope, keep his word, to cut government funding, because it's at a waste. I mean, what did we see yesterday or day before, that Biden spent like $1 trillion, wasted $1 trillion on a bunch of stuff that made no sense, like screwing holes in cats' heads and spinning around, or trying to figure out what kids gonna do when they see food online, silly crap like that. So hopefully they can stop this government's waste, man, and using money for the good of the people of the United States. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below, share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe like a couple minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here, and we appreciate it. But if you would like to support us financially, you can get super thanks, super chat, super stickers, and you can go to the description box below. There are links there you can click in to help support us financially. But with that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on